Wait.
What's good, y'all? It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic, yo. Make sure if this is your first time, you hit that like and subscribe button, yo. And just to let you know, today we got a special guest. But before we get into that, yo, I want to just do our introduction and say it real quick because, last time I butchered it. So for y'all watching it right now, just keep in mind, this is one thing for sure, two things for certain,
baby.
So without no further ado, we got our beautiful co-host Nate. Say what's up to him.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nate, and I miss you guys like always. Sorry for the late live. Our little meetings before we go live, it consists of me getting ready, me telling Jason to hurry up, and Jason getting a glass of refreshments before. So
because I'm bougie. But not only do we have one guest, we have a returning guest. Why don't you say who you are?
Well, a lot of people know me by Ray. I go sometimes by Ray. But
Put that crown in your head.
Put that crown in my head.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you, though?
Who am I?
Who are you?
what are those?
Who are you to somebody here?
Oh, I am Nate's boyfriend.
You got it.
All right, tell my boyfriend. This is my boyfriend, you guys.
She's my cutie pie.
Right. And also, we got to do the drum roll. So, right now, we got a guest, an influencer, a man who basically is pushing himself, a man that's basically breaking all barriers, basically expressing himself with love and positivity.
WWE right now.
So, let me introduce you to this young man. His name is Checo.
You know, man.
Introduce yourself, cousin. Tell them where they can find you right off the bat, man.
All right. You can find me on IG is Checo, CHECKOOO710.
Okay. That's 710.
Oh shit.
Is that 710 intentional?
That 710 is actually
Let me put it here because for those
my date of birth, like my birthday.
Oh, okay.
My month and year.
So you were born
Like
in
that?
July.
Mm-hmm. I'm a
Nice.
Cancer.
Okay. My brother's a Cancer, man.
Yo, you're missing a note.
Just
Yeah.
missing
3
that.
O's?
It's 3 O's, yeah.
Oh, okay.
3 O's. Follow your nose. Know
There you
where
go.
it goes. You
Post
know
it up
what
in the
we
comments for you
sold.
guys.
Let's go. So
Let's go.
with that being said, Joe, we carry tradition, yo. So
Yes, we
we're
do.
gonna start with ladies. Love, how was your week so far?
I'm not important. Let's move it on. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Damn is right.
Down for sure.
No, every week it's guys, it's the same old. I have a regular 9 to 5, you guys.
Another
go to
day, another dollar.
Actually, bro, last week I forgot that FIU's on spring break last week, so I went to FIU a little earlier on Wednesday, and I'm like, oh my god, there's no class today. It's spring break. But luckily, I was there to study early, so I was like, it was perfect. I just started up studying, doing homework. So
you heard what happened with spring
worked
break
out
at the
well.
beach, right?
I saw the post that Miami Beach posted on their social media.
Last year they fucked up the beach. They do it every year. So this year it's $100 for parking. Curfew is at 6:00 on the beach. They will not basically allow any type of alcohol container. You will be arrested and possibly prohibited from coming back.
They're
not playing this year.
A breakup video.
They got prepared for this year.
Shit. A whole ass breakup video and everything.
No more savages.
But yeah, man,
They're
it was
destroying everything.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, they are. Shit, man. They ain't let us go to the beach.
No,
We do type shit like that.
I just spend most of my weekend sleeping, you guys. Oh my god, I love sleep. I wake up every morning, and you know what gets me out of bed?
Food?
The fact that I'm going back to sleep when I get home.
Oh, for me, it's food. Folgers in your cup, yo. That shit wake me up. What about you, Ray? How was your week?
It was all right. Yesterday I had a very tough day. I was out working under the sun, promoting my job, and honestly in sales. And it was honestly pretty tough because working under the sun, even though I'm not lifting anything heavy or nothing like that, but just being under the sun, it drains you.
At least you're getting that vitamin.
I can only imagine people who actually do like labor jobs under the sun.
I think of my ancestors. There ain't no way they were doing that shit in this heat. This sun is different.
One highlight of that day though, my homeboy Checo came to go see me,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually brought me some croissants. They were
Okay, that's
amazing.
love, man. That's
Some
love.
croissant.
So croissant,
Well-
some filling croissant.
My week has been interesting. For those who know me, man, stock market's going crazy, and right now I'm happier than a motherfucking newborn.
Oh my
baby for
god,
the
you
first
guys!
time.
You
Shit,
should
man,
see
you really gotta- you
Jason
gotta
or
teach me that shit.
Group
I
on some
got
real
you.
shit,
I will
though.
teach you everything.
Like-
Listen, I'm not a financial advisor, but I tell you this: I will teach you everything I know, because as long as the real make it through, that brings more opportunity for other real people to come through. So
Yeah.
with that, my week's been great. As you know, it's been a crazy week. Everything was tranquilo for the most part. I'm in a good place. I'm happy. But now let's break it in, because as you know, we got our guest Checo,
Yeah.
and I'm really curious to know you, man. I see, you got your setup and whatnot. I'm not gonna call it drip, because at my age, I'm 37. I like your style. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean, coño? That's the
I
same
thought
thing
I-
as saying shit.
I thought I'd spice it up and say
Nah.
Like you genuinely fuck with it? Cause not a lot of people.
Nah, I
really
fucks with it. And the reason why I fucks with it is because you're talking to somebody who, has similarities. You express how you feel. And if others don't like it, then fuck them. That's how I look at it.
Oh yeah, so
So-
something that you and Jason definitely have in common is like your unique sense of style. When all like three of us, me, Jason, Lewis, when we go out or have our meetings, it's very chill, laid back, cool vibe, and I'm there, girly. And there's Jason with his skull rings, his like dog tags, and
gearhead.
like big ass chain, and the bomber and the Raiders, everything.
I like it a lot. But with that being said, how was your week, homie?
My week, like anybody else, I got a 9 to 5 as well.
Okay, what do you do?
I work at a warehouse doing tiles and building, like doing a lot of orders.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, yeah, I do like a lot of shit. I do FedEx, because we also ship FedEx too as well.
Okay.
So I do FedEx. I ship. It's harder than you think, because like I need to get a pallet, and then I gotta put all the shit inside that pallet.
So you
all
create-
different type of tiles.
And how many orders do you get through a day?
20, 30.
Going,
Yeah, the whole
that's
day.
a lot of work.
Sometimes I'll be staying overtime because of that shit. But that's my money, so
I see. I like
Yeah.
that OT hit.
yeah.
So with that, so you have a 9 to 5, and then also you also have your creative side where you're building yourself as a brand. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell the viewers about that.
As soon as I get out to my 9 to 5, I go home and I start creating content.
Okay.
Like that's like my other side hustle. Like, well, I'm trying to make that as my other side hustle, so I could get out of the 9 to 5 shit and make a living off of just internet money type shit.
Okay, be honest. When you go home and you start creating your content, do you have like a set schedule for yourself, or do you get home sometimes and you're like you end up procrastinating and you just end up not doing anything and you're in a rut and just pretty dead?
I actually,
Because that happened to me.
I have like a little blueprint, like a blueprint in my head,
Mm-hmm.
and if I don't get to it the next day, or like if I don't get to it at that moment, then the next day I got the next day, so I'm like chilling. But like I don't like procrastinating a lot, because it's like I have to do the shit now. Like every second is like the future type shit.
What's
Okay.
that
No.
like?
Like what you mean? Like
Not procrastinating.
Yeah, like
Must
because
be
that's a
nice.
hard thing. Listen, as motivated as I be, there be times I get to the crib, homie, and I'm not proud of saying this, but my bed ain't never felt so good. You understand what I'm saying?
I have my days. Like I don't get me. Like I could like I'll be burnt out and I'll go months without doing shit.
Okay.
I'll just be working, going home, going home, and then I'll be like, I start to notice that shit,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, bro, okay, like I need to stop. I need to start, like I need to pick it up again,
Okay.
because I give myself a little rest. I don't, because like, you need the rest at times.
Yes,
know?
you do.
Yeah, Jason, you need the rest sometimes.
Especially at the type of work that you do. Bro.
Yeah. Living here. Like,
Mhm. Well, as you said, like I even had my boss today say, "Yeah, I noticed you did about 30 hours overtime this past week."
Holy
And
crap,
I thought I
Jason.
was gonna get ripped. And he's like, "The most important thing, Jay, I don't want you burning yourself out." And that put me in a different perspective. I'm not dissing you because yes, you tell me the same thing, but it hits different when your superior tells you.
Oh yeah.
Because when your superior tells you, it's like they're not thinking about the business at that point. They're thinking about your well-being,
Yeah.
which is something you don't see.
Facts.
So shout out to my boss. Now, with the work you do, right? Let's stray away from that. I want to really get down to the core. Explain the look to me, man.
The look, it's a gothic look.
Okay.
It was inspired by honestly XXXTentacion. It's a mixture.
May
I
he
kind of
rest in peace.
legend.
R.I.P.
And yeah, it was I made a combination in my head like of X and NBA YoungBoy,
Okay.
and then just mash it up together, and
This is what you got.
yeah.
Have you
Okay.
ever has this always been your style, like since like
Oh no,
high school? Or was
back
this
in the-
recently? Like your style just changes over the few years.
like yeah, it's already been like what 3 years has passed already.
Yeah, it's
4.
been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah, I've been already mastered my shit. Like I
have
like,
you
type
have you
shit.
ever had like people bully you or like confront
Oh, yeah.
you
Yeah.
about your style?
For sure. Like in middle school, I remember when I got this red clown shoes,
Mhm.
but like it was like a Convert rock and roll. It was like a rocker shoe,
Okay.
but like everybody saw it as a clown shoe. So like I got made fun of that, and then it's like damn.
Fucking bullies.
And then I kind of like stopped, like, cause then I kind of stopped because people making fun of me, and I was just I guess trying to blend in with the crowd and shit. And then I just was just basic,
So
but I didn't really like it.
I feel you on that one, man. Sometimes the best way to express yourself is to go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Especially being confident in your own skin. People always object to things they're not comfortable around or certain things they don't understand. And I think that's what makes it more beautiful about being able to express yourself because
Mhm.
you're expressing yourself not mainly for other people, but for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You are your hardest critic. So I say, dress how you feel, do what you want. Like I said before, we started, it's a privilege for people to know who you are, not a right. And with that being said, I see that you're moving, you're doing your thing. And I got to say, even though it's not my style, I relate to it because it's you. You know what I'm saying? Even though you build your merge in from people who influence you, I think that's
Yeah.
really what it comes down to because no idea is original, but the person behind it.
Respect.
So
I fuck with
that's
it a
my,
lot.
so anything else happened in your week, my G?
Just work creating content.
The
When
croissant.
the croissants, them Sunday spots. Oof.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
What-
Shit.
When you talk about content, break that down a little bit more for me. Like what type of content?
Content as in like creating skits as fun, like comedy.
Okay.
On it, like a lot of I kind of do multiple things. I like try to engage myself with multiple things, including music. But
Okay.
but like I see myself doing more skits more than anything.
Would you be down to doing a skit with us in the
For
future?
sure. For
Okay,
sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Make it cringy so Jason has to do it.
Oh, shit.
So
you're-
I mean, shit, I don't know. It depends on people's eye. Because when I drop videos and shit, I get comments, people saying, "Oh, this is cringy as fuck." Like, what the fuck are you doing? Type shit. Like, get off the
That's
internet.
the point,
People
you
object
guys.
to what they don't understand, and sometimes it's not for them to understand. It's just for them to, for them to know.
Yeah.
So
Someone's volume's on.
someone's phone is on it. Ain't me. Hold up. Somebody in the red room. Who was that?
Lois?
Is that you, Lewis?
I don't even know why.
Violation.
Oh my goodness.
So, is it safe to say that when it comes to making content, you like to appeal to your viewers and make other people laugh and feel good?
I honestly I make content that I could that people can relate what's going on in the world right now, as in like dating or what's going on in the news, and just make comedy out of it.
Okay.
What was when you first started like creating your own content and your own skits, was it very difficult to like do that in front of a camera? Like, ew, I can't believe I'm talking to a camera. Like,
Was it like
was that your intent or was
uncomfortable?
it very natural?
Actually, no, it was difficult. I recorded. What I did was recorded myself and saved it.
Okay.
And like I never posted it. I just recorded myself and saved and put it
Okay.
in my and just put it in my file.
Oh, that's what Bert told us to
and
do,
then-
like to get used to it.
And then I just look at it
Mhm.
and see how like I don't just see how I was like. How I
Analyze it
acted.
and then do
Yeah,
better.
like
Mhm.
my
Well, you are your
personality.
hardest critic.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
so I can improve myself.
Okay. So you say prove yourself. Okay. Not to go too much into the deep with you, because we hear so many people say they're content creators and they do things. What's one of the content videos that you put up that you feel appeals to the world the most, and why? There could be more than
Damn.
one.
Deep in thought, you guys.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say, like, speaking the truth, the real shit, honestly,
Okay.
because that funny shit that I do, that's to engage, to grab them.
Mhm.
And then once I have them, then speak some truth bomb as I'm doing these funny skits, and then throw a little bit of, knowledge
So you on
I
that
feel
Cat
you.
Williams shit.
type shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I
I
like
feel
that.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's
as
the
you
only
know,
way you're gonna grab them.
this is true. You got to basically,
I
and
do-
sometimes it's about getting the undivided attention and then steering it in the way that you want it.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing for sure, two things for certain. As you know, this is how we run our show. We like to basically make it a safe ground of expression and letting people know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And again, I appreciate you coming on. I really do. We're going to have some questions for you because we want to fully engage with you. You know what I'm saying? This is where I try to treat it. I don't know if you remember a show called The Basement. It was a hip hop show. And in this hip hop show was basically rappers had to spit 16. They had to prove themselves. On this podcast, I want you to be as real as you are, you know what I'm saying, as you're coming now. So
Genuinely me.
exactly.
It's genuinely me.
So Nate, if you will go ahead and break down the segments with our lovely guest here. And please don't take it the wrong way by saying lovely. I'm talking about your energy.
Oh no, bro, you're chilling.
Okay,
You cool, bro.
so big important question. Do you want me to do the Reddit story now or at the end?
How juicy is it?
Save it for the end.
Save it for the
For the
end.
end.
Our engineer
Yeah.
called it.
Okay,
There you
okay.
go.
Lewis called it.
So
Okay.
Nate, take us off.
All right. What I really want to know is you work a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
but you also do content creation.
Yeah.
You already mentioned that you don't really procrastinate when you set your mind to something, you do it, which must be fucking nice. What's that like?
It's best to it's like everybody need to multi. That's the only way. Like if you gotta, like if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're trying to, like, let's say you're living with your parents,
Mhm.
like have a plan for yourself. Like take advantage of that shit. Like
Okay, I hear that.
as you're living with your parents, don't just be, oh, I'm comfortable and shit. Like, oh,
Don't tell me. Tell
shit.
them. Tell them. Because they need to hear that shit.
They're listening. They're listening. But yeah,
Don't forget to look at them. Hi, you guys. You said something Jason does. Sometimes Jason forgets to look at the camera. I apologize, guys. It's not looking at you guys looking at his side
Yeah.
profile.
shit. Damn, where was I?
They like to look at you deep in the eyes. Sorry, we're gonna rant sometimes.
Sometimes I'm really bad at it.
Him all the time.
So you talk about creating your own format, creating your reality, right? Your reality is what?
My reality,
Mm-hmm.
like,
How do you even answer that question?
Any way he wants. So
how I
to
want
break
my
it-
reality to be, type of shit. Like how,
like
I
do
want
you
my world.
how better yet, excuse me for asking it in the wrong way, how did you create your reality that you wanted? Like what
Honest-
steps did you take?
Cause okay, since I was a kid, I
Mhm.
always had this big imagination.
Okay.
Like every time I listen to music, I just imagine myself in certain scenes, and I could, like, I don't know,
Oh, I
it's just
feel you.
weird. It's weird, but like it's hard to explain to somebody that only you can see.
You're the main.
Yeah.
You're the main character
Type shit,
in your
yeah.
scene. I
Yeah.
feel you. I do the same thing.
Yeah, so that's why, like, what I do. That's why I don't know. I just bring it to life. But at the
Okay.
time, I just thought it was just, like,
Just thoughts
ju-
people have.
yeah, I just brushed it off at times and shit.
Okay.
Note to self: be the main character in your scenario, you guys.
And value the choppers that you make.
Damn right.
So
Facts.
what is your thought process on Miami when it comes to being an influencer? How do you feel about other influencers and how they go about it? Do you respect it? Do you align with it? Do you feel good about it? Is there certain influencers that you feel make it harder for you to be more authentic? Because we already know there's a lot of influencers out here who play a script. How do you feel about those types?
I honestly don't care. Like I don't really care. I'm like focused on me.
Okay.
Like they're doing their thing. Like I'm doing my thing, and that's what I want. I want everybody to do their thing, whatever it is. Like, you know.
Good answer. Good answer.
I feel that. I feel that because you know a lot of times
I really don't like to compare myself because it's like it's going like then you're gonna be stuck if you do that.
Do you
Well,
read the
that's
negative
fine.
comments on your videos? Like if you have any?
If I do, I might just if I look at I'll probably delete it. That's it. Type
Yeah.
shit.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just delete it.
Oh yeah,
like,
because you can delete comments on your
type
videos.
shit. Yeah,
right?
now you could you could delete comments and shit. So like
Do they get to you? Do they make you feel some type of way?
nah, not really. I don't.
So you better
Must be
man than me.
fucking nice.
because
It's-
I'll be
it's-
real with you. Like if you leave a nasty comment, it ain't gonna really affect the brother in that sense, but it does make me think in the sense of like, why? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like-
What,
Like they literally take the time out of their fucking day. Don't fucking
Exactly.
comment that. That's what like
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
they do.
Fuck
That's
you.
literally like that's their life.
misery needs company, my G.
That's their
Misery
fucking
needs
life.
company.
But and they still fucking watch you.
yeah,
It's
hate
like,
it or
what?
love it. You can hate me, but you're still gonna watch it.
Mhm.
I can account to that because with the group of friends that we were around, they're also pretty hard critics, specifically if they're
Straight
your
up.
friends. They're people that should help you out and stuff like that. But I remember when they would come up to him and be like, "Yo, what are you doing? This and that," and it's like my own thing. It's my own thing.
Side note, you guys, Ray and Checo went to high school together.
Yeah.
So
That's my best friend
they
right
a couple
there.
of
Okay,
besties.
That's my
Ooh.
best
Oh,
friend. He's
okay.
bro. He's one of the persons that I know from like I know like 3 people from
Mhm.
high school like to this day that's still stuck around with me.
Okay, that's something that's
Yo,
rare,
must be
man.
Type
nice.
shit, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know how it is, yo. When you're
Friends,
outside of
yeah.
school, your friend group becomes like musical chairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And their squares of it will always fuck up the shape of it. And I think that it's important for someone that does what you do, especially for anyone who's doing content. Always remember, bro, you're in a league of your own. Life is a race, and at the end, it's only with yourself.
Yeah. Vieri Castro said you shouldn't allow the negative
It's a
to
long race.
consume the greatest that has upon you. Period.
Yeah, you
Facts.
rob yourself of your blessings.
Mhm.
Speaking of blessings, yo, what blessings would you like to put out there in the world? What would you like to manifest?
I would. Oh, what would I like to? Honestly, what I would like to manifest? I feel like I just want to put like seeds, like plant seeds in people's head,
Okay.
you know, and
What kind of seeds?
like bettering themselves, man. Because like a lot of people don't want to freaking. A lot of people don't want to fix themselves. They don't want to better themselves. That's crazy
Yeah,
to me.
I mean, you can't
Comf-
help those who
being
don't want to
comf-
be helped.
Facts, but a lot of people are comfortable. That's where it gets to. You reach a point of life where you become so comfortable that you start basically deadening inside and you're no longer
Yeah.
focusing on the light because 2 things. Either you get used to being in the dark or you get cocky enough to believe like you are the
Type
light.
shit.
I feel
Some
you.
real shit.
You know, because I know you love to help people, especially people
course.
who don't want the help. And
Mhm.
it's something that you also need to recognize because if you help someone who doesn't want to be helped, you know, I know you have good intentions and they're pure, but it'll probably bite you in the ass.
But here's the thing. I'm okay. And guys, don't get this wrong. I'm okay with it biting in the ass because at the end of the day, I know that I moved on something with good intention and I put my heart in it. When you put your heart into something, nobody could take that away from you. Only you could take that away from you. So whatever information I give you, whatever movement I do for you, it comes out of love. You just decide to pass the baton or not.
Yo.
Yo, okay,
Yep.
so S1K.14R said, y'all believe in God. I love this question, especially
Y'all believe
Jason
in
will
God.
go down in this question.
Oh, yeah.
Of
I believe in
course.
God.
Of course.
You believe in God?
Of course.
I'm finding my way.
Finding his way. Lewis, you believe in God?
Damn right.
So
He
That
said,
is
damn
good.
right.
when it comes to me and God, I have my personal relationship with God. I don't, and mama, forgive me for this one, I don't believe in religion. I believe in spirituality.
Okay.
And
me
the
too.
best way
That's
to
dope.
Yo,
what
Well,
the
now we
difference
talking.
between religion and spirituality, in my opinion, is you talked about seeds, right? You
Mhm,
give a religious person a seed to plant.
mhm.
The religious person is going to take that seed, put it in the ground, bury it, and then pray for God to grow it. That's religion. Spirituality is the same person taking that seed, planting it in the ground, and then watering it,
Doing the
nurture,
work.
doing the work,
the fucking
and
work.
praying for God for it to be a good harvest.
Facts.
But God helps those who help themselves. I think where people have a fear with God is the fear of the unknown. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And this is
Yeah.
why faith is so important, especially from what I've been through. I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for everyone else because your relationship with God is different. Your relationship with God is different.
That's-
Your
yeah.
relationship.
That's facts.
And I think people need to be able to accept that because it's not only a relationship, it's an intimate relationship. Because at the most darkest times, I don't care who you are, you call out. You know what I'm saying? And when you call out, that's you surrendering. And I think people's pride prevent them from surrendering, and they don't like feeling vulnerable in a society that's known to chew you up. So imagine putting yourself to make yourself vulnerable to a higher power. That could be very scary because God don't give you, if you ask God for strength, he ain't going to make you strong. He's going to give you an opportunity to build your strength. You know what I'm saying? If you ask for, love, God will send you somebody troubled. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be careful what you pray for. Let me ask you something. Are you in a relationship right now?
Nah, I'm single.
Single, no
Yeah.
situationship?
Nah.
So with you basically doing your content and you basically being an avid influencer, right? How do you feel that affects your love life, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh man, yeah. That's yeah.
I was gonna ask that earlier.
That actually does affect him. But yeah. Because I remember I was with this girl for like 5 years.
Oh wow.
And when I I wanted to start doing content because we was just, living like, a normal life. Basically, it wasn't like, it was just normal, work and then paying bills and shit.
And that wasn't, I think what
And-
happens with, sorry to cut you off,
You're good.
and correct me if I'm wrong. Is it safe to say when you choose the path that you're choosing, it becomes so strict force? Because at the end of the day, for most of us, man, we just want somebody who's going to support us. But the hardest thing is when you have a dream and the one that means the most to you is not fully on board, and it can feel like conflict because when you're chasing your dream in that pursuit with that person, it feels like you're letting them down.
Sorry, a little side note. So, okay, I saw this a few minutes ago. I mean, like a minute ago. Chad's like, I got mad seats, hoping Maury don't call. And I'm like,
Oh,
and it
shit.
took
You know,
me-
that's
what
Chad, it took me a minute. I'm like,
That's
Maury,
why I
That's
was-
my
is
cousin,
is
yo.
Is that a reference from the Bible?
That's my cousin, yo. I love you, cousin. Can't wait to
Oh
see
my
you at the
God.
end of the month, dog.
Ah, you got me. You got me.
So,
But-
I'm really interested. So,
But yeah, going back to it,
Mhm.
since and then I actually wanted to create content. This is when I wanted to start everything
okay.
with her, like do it with her. We was starting it. We was going off good, and then she kind of stopped, but I wanted to keep on going, so I started doing content on I went to my parents' house because
Mhm.
my brother. I wanted to do content with my brother too, and then she was getting all upset because I wasn't spending time with her. And I'm like, I always see her every day, and then.
I can relate to that, especially with me starting my podcast. When it came to being in a relationship, I think because the undivided attention is now routed to something else,
Yeah.
most times, especially with women, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, the worst thing a woman could feel in a relationship is alone. And
Nah,
sometimes
that's true.
they don't know how
No,
to
you're right.
process that.
That's-
And the jealousy I wouldn't even say it's jealousy. It's just your partner could become unhinged because they're seeing you pour something into something that you care about. And then they look at their life like, well, I don't have something going on.
Yeah.
And that could cause a lot of conflict.
Yeah.
So how would you say would be the best way to deal with that, given your experience of going through that with your last partner?
Honestly, it's like it's either they want to jump the boat with you or
Mhm.
not.
Right, I
Okay.
feel you.
But at the same time, if they got something going on, I'm gonna be 100% supportive. But you gotta respect what I'm doing too.
Facts.
Keep it a balance. It has to be a balance because if I'm just giving all my support to this person
Mhm.
and not I'm giving all my energy to this person and not to me, I'm draining myself.
Facts.
you know. And
You
then
can't help others if you don't help yourself.
Period.
Facts.
and
That's
then
real shit.
once I take back my energy,
Mm-hmm.
that's when a lot of shit starts changing.
Okay.
Like you said,
mean,
like they ain't like
right.
yeah.
Honestly, like if you have something going on in your life, your partner has to understand that. Like, and it's all about communication and involvement. Like Jason said, like the worst thing that anyone in general wants to feel is like they feel alone. And
Mhm.
so by talking to your partner, involving them, reassuring them, you know, and if they still get very like, you know,
Gotta take that down.
oh, and if they still feel kind of like weird about it, then honestly, that's on them.
Facts. Because I think
real.
the hardest thing is, it's not money, it's time. We can't get time back.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And I
Time is
think
very
that
important.
can leave a bitter feeling, especially when you invested so much time. You just really, for most people, just ask for it to be reciprocated. And when
Right.
it's not, it feels disrespectful, and it can feel like you're out here hanging out dry. You get what I'm saying?
Shit, yeah.
What are name 3 influencers that are relevant now that you really look up to and stride with, and why?
One I'm gonna have to say Drax 29.
Drax 29.
Yeah,
Who's he?
He's also like he's one of my inspiration
Okay.
on fashion and skits and videos and shit.
Okay.
We like he's really I like him for sure.
He's from the US. He's from another
Oh,
country.
He's from Belgium.
He's from Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay. What is he, like a Twitch streamer or?
Nah, he like I don't know what to call it because it's like he's like so he does what I do type shit.
Oh, like the skits and the
Yeah.
conversation. Oh, like just random,
Yeah,
like a vlogger.
yeah, but like he's on some other shit too. Like he has some clothing line going on too. Like I'm just like damn, like that. Honestly, seeing him like opened my mind even more to do what I want to do now.
Okay.
I feel you.
Who's the other influence?
That's like relevant.
Yeah.
now.
That you look up to now.
I mean, do you even have 3 or is it just the one?
Better yet,
Oh no,
who
no,
do you
no,
consider
actually,
your competition?
Ooh.
Nah, fuck that. I don't like competition. My competition myself.
Okay.
You feel me?
I like that.
Ooh.
Okay.
Like I don't like competing. Like it's like what the fuck is like, bro. we're
Checo said
competing
Uno
on-
Stay in your own
reverse.
lane, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's another one. I forgot. No, there's another one. Trend Genius. Oh my god, bro. I see him every fucking day, like on YouTube, bro. He's like a life coach type shit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. He be speaking some real ass shit.
Jason's like life coach.
Yeah.
Bro,
Because
I think Jason, aren't you a life coach?
Jason
bro,
could definitely be a life
Yeah.
Yo,
coach.
for like dead ass, you can. Like,
I wouldn't consider myself a life coach. I
Liar.
consider myself the big brother.
I don't.
Hmm.
Well,
Because
I mean, like, still, you're still giving them like,
It's a life coach for a lot of people, big
Yeah.
brothers, siblings.
you're giving them life. You're giving them life tips and
Bro,
shit.
his like stage name is Logic.
Yeah.
well, yeah, because
Sending
so
it
I
from
earned
Logic.
that name in the motorcycle world when I was in the MC. And for those who was like the rapper, listen, his name is not Logic, it's Psychological. When he came out, he called himself Logic for short. Now you know.
Ooh,
I just
didn't
call
know that.
myself Logic,
He said
and
he's still
I
a
feel
rapper.
like it's a responsibility, and I feel like, and maybe you could relate to this. Anytime you have the opportunity, whether it's a stranger or somebody you know, to make a situation better, that falls on us to be responsible for it, in the sense, because if you want to change the world, you got to start by changing yourself, and it
Mhm.
starts with a helping hand. Pride is basically something that dumbs the soul to be blind to what could be possible for you. You know what I'm saying? And when you're an influencer,
I
you
love
open yourself to people. And I find that fascinating. I don't call myself an influencer. And the reason I don't call myself an influencer is because I'm not in that realm. You get what I'm saying?
I mean,
I just try to lead by example. But you actively search out and try to make people feel good. You actively go out there and you try to basically put a positive side and let people know what it is to be free by leading by example. So I give you big respects on that.
so
Big respects
What
on
was
that.
it that you said? Pride blinds the soul.
Pride is something that blinds the soul. And the reason why I say it
No, but
blind-
like exactly
that's
what
some
you
real
said.
shit though. That's some real shit.
I don't
Yeah, I
remember
was
half.
like, damn bars.
Well, I don't remember
gonna
half
have to
the
go
shit
back
I
in the
said.
video.
It's okay.
You guys are gonna have to rework.
It's
So
fine.
one of the
I'll go
things
back
is
to the SD
I
part.
go off the top, right?
Yeah.
Just like you say you like making music, I did music just for the love of it, because it was a way to escape my trauma. You get what I'm saying? And trauma is like pain. It's subjective to different people. And one of the most beautiful thing about content creators like yourself and artists is knowing that you're not the only one going through it. And sometimes
right.
we feel alone, but those words of encouragement let us know that, hey, I'm amongst people who are going through the same thing. I'm not here by myself. And then, like in your case or in my case or anyone's cases, it motivates us to get up off the ball, off the couch and get the ball moving. So what can you say to your fans right now?
To my fans,
Yeah.
like, just be yourself. Like, honestly, be yourself. And there's a lot of shit I could say, but like, I don't have.
Let
I
it
feel
out,
you.
homie. Let it out. Listen.
He's did you have like 1,000 words in your head? I feel
And then you
like
just
it's
like
overwhelming.
cluster.
But listen,
But
I
no-
feel that.
you got one shot at this, baby.
That's true though. That's some real shit though. That's some
You
real
know what I'm
shit
saying? Right now, you're giving everyone the privilege to know who you are.
type shit.
Facts.
Yeah.
One thing, chat in the comments was like, Jason can totally be a life coach. Take the compliment. Yeah, I 100% agree.
I mean, bro, you might not see yourself, but like other people, like if you. Other people was gonna see yourself as a life coach, but if you're not, like, you feel me?
And
Doesn't
this
Trent
is-
Genius do like crypto stuff?
Yeah, he also does crypto.
You literally want to do that.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you're
We're gonna-
literally a life
yeah.
coach. You're a life coach.
We're gonna do a
Yeah, bro.
segment on like crypto, like in the future.
Oh,
Jason's
definitely.
gonna lead
You don't
it.
know it yet, but you're a life coach.
I'll get there. If it's in God's favor, I'll do it. To y'all, when it comes to the investment, we will do that on another
Mhm.
time. But I just want you guys to know, if you can't do it with $1, you can't do it with $1 million. It's basically how sacrificial you want to be, what moves you're willing to do. You have to be uncomfortable. And the reason why you have to be uncomfortable, failure makes the greatest foundation in anything that you do. True failure is not even attempting. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you were going to school, the hardest part was going to school and getting it started, not finishing. It's starting that's the hardest part.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got to deal with that self-doubt. You got to deal with yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, I got this.
Mhm.
You know, you really got to push yourself.
So anyways, I want to mention a comment. S1K.14R says, shout out to Ray and Checo. And you know what? To those of you watching who don't know the relationship, why don't you guys
Break it
how
down.
did you
Elaborate
guys
more
meet?
about
I mean, I know
so-
you guys met in school, but like I want to know, like, give me the greedy details.
let me
like,
speak because I've been
Alright,
speaking the last year.
Yeah.
So basically we had class together, and for you guys that didn't know, we were in special ed. We were that
Mhm.
class that
We were
people
special
will
ed.
walk by and be
Yeah.
like, look, they're idiots.
They're on the short
Yeah.
bus.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
They stay in the same class
real
all
shit,
9
man.
periods, yo. They
Yeah.
just change chairs.
yeah,
That's some real
exactly.
shit.
That's exactly what it is. And Checo and I, at first, we didn't have the best relationship.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't.
we didn't.
We didn't
No
have the
way.
best relationship.
Oh, yeah, I have to explain this shit to
Yeah.
me.
So
What happened?
I would come to class in the middle of the day because
Mhm.
I would come from another school,
Okay.
and whatever, like all my friends and stuff like that will all hang out with each other, and he would be in the class, and they'll start talking stuff, and he'll be the instigator. He'll be in the background being like, ooh, he called you stupid.
Ooh, you gonna let him do you like that, cuz?
And then
You heard what he said?
Yeah, exactly. And then at the time, hey, we kids, we don't know how to
You don't
show
know
our
shit.
emotions
Exactly.
and stuff like that. We
Shit.
didn't know how to talk. So, there would be at times I'll get a little mad, and then, we'll start having a little issues. But, we grew out of it. We grew out of it, especially in senior year. That was at the time where when I saw him, I'm like, damn, this dude is literally different than from my other friends. Like, although he's quiet, he's reserved, but he is not afraid to do things, and that's someone that I have to look up to and that I have to keep by my side, because
Respect.
you want someone like that around you by all means.
Straight facts. yo.
Yeah, because I wasn't always like this. Like,
yeah.
This right, bro.
So tell us about the birth
Shit.
of Checo. Talk about the birth of Checo. What brought
Birth-
Checo out? What made you bloom?
Honestly, what made me bloom is when my ex left me.
Oh,
Type shit.
Ooh, I feel that.
Okay.
That I don't know. Like when
Shout
she
out to
left-
his ex for sparking that brain.
Yo,
Yo.
bro,
Shout out to
for real,
his
thank
ex.
you.
You don't
who
know.
you are.
You don't know, but what you don't
know who
do,
you are.
you don't created a monster, yo.
Bro, for
Sometimes it
real,
takes
man.
heartbreak to get somebody
Yeah,
going.
Yeah, that shit. I don't. That shit real, but that shit suck at the same time.
Yeah, I feel you.
But yeah,
I
that
feel
that
you.
yeah,
I feel
that
you.
what created my birth into like, cause now I had more time for myself. I had plenty of time for myself now.
Isn't it hard to adjust to that? Because you realize when you lose your partner and you end things, you realize how much you really neglected yourself to make the other
Type
person
shit.
happy.
Yeah.
man.
Facts.
Like that
Yeah.
shit is crazy.
Like it's like you look back at it, it's like damn, you put in all this fucking effort, and then they just leave, and it's like what the fuck? That shit, I don't know. It kind of fucked my head up.
And then you're left by yourself, like
Type
thinking,
shit.
like, what do I do now?
I was like I ain't gonna lie, I was depressed. Like I was
Cool.
depressed for a couple months, bro. Like
Mhm.
I didn't start in my I was depressed for a couple months. I was living by myself, and then I was
Mhm.
I was so sad that I went back to my parents' house.
Oh my
Okay.
'Cause, bro,
God.
like,
Home
I-
is where the heart is, baby. Straight
Mhm.
up.
Yeah,
May not be the perfect environment, but you know the love is genuine.
Facts.
Sometimes you got to go where you're appreciated, man. Sometimes you got to go where you love, because love is basically like a placebo sometimes. And I said it once, I say it 1,000 times. In a relationship, the one who cares the least holds the most power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the one who
Yeah.
cares the most that is basically the most exposed and the most vulnerable.
Yo, Checo, you used to flip ramen noodles and chips in school.
Yes.
Oh, so you was a hustler.
Yes.
That's what
I'm a
Who is
hustler
that?
too.
Who is that?
I used to do
Yeah.
Snicker bars and shit. I had teachers writing me hall passes to buy candy from me. Talk about that, man.
Yeah.
I want to hear
Wait,
that.
wait, what does it
Okay,
even
okay.
mean?
What?
Flipping ramen noodles and chips in school.
Saw them.
He
in class.
hustling.
He hustling.
Oh.
Hustle,
Yeah,
yo.
man. FCAT, man, because yo, everybody's staying in the class. Nobody's going out to lunch, nothing when it's FCAT.
Yeah.
Everybody's inside class for countless of hours, and I'm there like, yo, you know what? Let me bring food because people won't be starving.
Ramen noodles? How does that
Okay.
even
Ramen
what do you-
noodles.
How does that work?
Yeah, because
If you got
They
a
have-
book bag, that's all you
Mhm.
need.
they
Right,
had,
but then
and they
don't
have
you need
microwaves.
water? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
our classes, some classes had microwaves.
They had microwaves?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shut the front door.
public school.
Oh shit.
Oh. I mean, I went to a
Candies
charter
too.
school,
I got
so
candy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Shit.
man, I needed to make money because I wasn't getting money because the only money I will get is from like my tooth, you know,
Mhm.
tooth fairy and shit like
Dude, I
that.
feel you.
Oh, shit.
I feel you. I
That's
got
wild.
free lunch.
Birthdays, Christmas, but then after that, as I
Bro.
got older, yeah,
I gotta find a
yeah,
way
no
to make
more
more
like
money.
now you're gonna make your own money type shit. That's what my
Yeah.
parents
Oh,
told
I
me.
feel you. I got free lunch in high school, and so one of my friends didn't, so I would sell my lunch for $1, which was
Oh, shit.
cheaper than what they had to pay. But I would only sell my lunch when my mom she gave me lunch for school. So I'd be like, oh, I'm already eating food. Let me make a couple extra bucks while
Oh shit, low key hustle.
so I would sell
So-
my food.
Yeah, man.
And baby, you were a hustler and you didn't even know it.
Yeah,
And
yo,
in
my
middle
mama put
school,
me on to
too.
hustle, man. I used
Yeah.
to sell airheads, blow pops, fucking
that.
ring pops, fruit roll ups, Snicker bars, king size.
Then
in
what
case
did you do
didn't
with
know.
the money?
I basically took it, reinvest, you buy more, and you flip, and then you create your own crew, man.
It-
You know
Shut
what
up.
I'm
No,
saying?
you
Mhm.
didn't.
My mom put me on to that.
Really?
Because here's the thing: when I was a kid, man, I'm still to this day I hustle, homie. So like, I don't like asking for money. So
Yeah,
as a kid, I used to take some beach towels around the complex and wash your car for $5. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to teach my nephew now. The game is different because now you got Instagram and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
And
yeah.
just
You're gonna
free
be
game to any
careless.
young people watching, man. You want to make money? Here's some advice, yo. Do the things that people don't want to do, and
Type
you find
shit.
yourself never losing work. You know what I'm
That's some
saying?
good advice.
Two,
Yeah, it is.
you got all the time in the world, man. Don't waste your time being youthful, man. You got to get it in. I'm not saying you got to, perfect a profession right now, but this is, if you're young, you got the opportunity to make as many mistakes as you can. The more mistakes you make, the more knowledge you gain.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? The perception is the only
Real
thing
shit.
you control on it. So I always say it like that.
One thing I do want to add is that if you guys go on Checo's Instagram page and you see some of his content, let's say some of his snapshots, some of the
Mhm.
the candid photos, if you a little fun fact, it was actually Ray who took some of those photos.
Yeah. Thanks for that plug.
I
Thank
was
you.
looking at I was looking for a picture of Checo to like post on our podcast, and I'm like, which one should I choose? And then funny enough, I saw a few, and I'm like, oh my god, he took this picture, and he took that one too. Oh,
Yeah.
What-
Shameless plug. Thank you.
What pinnacles in life do you want to reach, man?
Pinnacles, elaborate.
Goals. What
Goals?
goals do you want to accomplish this year for yourself?
Shit.
manifest.
Actually,
them.
I wrote this shit in my note on my phone on my notes.
Pull out your phone, dog.
'Cause-
Let's go.
Shit. Nah, cause one of my friends,
Mhm.
I don't know if she's still mad at me or what, but
mad at you.
Listen,
What
oh,
should be mad at you?
it's a complicated friendship. You feel me? You
Listen.
know who you are too.
Is it
Oh
Bree?
my god.
Yeah, it's Bree.
if it
Okay.
wasn't complicated, it wouldn't be real.
A
Let's go.
situationship.
That's true. That's true.
A situation.
A situation shit. Oh no, she my friend though. She my friend.
Huh?
Okay.
I
okay.
mean, but like, I mean, it's
Oh my god.
She cool
it
people.
complicated, but we
It
cool. We cool.
She cool people.
We
Demon
cool
Lord.
people. Hold on.
The tea.
He about to pull out his manifest right now.
I'm manifest. With my note at. With my note.
What are these?
It ain't real
well,
till you
wait,
chart it
said
down.
Pinnacles?
Goals,
Goals.
No, but that's what you said
Mhm.
before.
pinnacles in life, yo.
What's everyone goal in life at least
All
for
right,
this year?
I wrote some personal
this year.
goals,
Okay.
which is working out, eating more biological food,
Feel that?
Okay.
run more,
I feel
drink
that.
more water. You need to stop drinking that soda
You right.
and enjoy life more, create content and activities.
Okay.
Yo, we
and
got the
then-
same goals.
And for work, I got work on my social skills,
Okay.
find a new job that's more flexible,
All right.
Yeah.
and make a clothing website.
Ooh.
All right.
Nice.
So shout out there. As you guys
Yes.
hear his manifest list, yo, make sure you reach out to him on his Instagram page. Make sure you reach out to us, yo. We here to help each other's grow, yo. That's what this is all about. The ladder of success don't
Us.
start. It don't stop. Sorry. It starts with us, and it starts how you move out here. So respect to your list, man. I
Mhm.
like
I
that
got
you
more,
chart
though.
that down.
I got more, but like,
No,
Hey,
right,
don't
right.
be shy, man.
Those are good goals, though.
Like,
Amazing
You
goals.
gotta remember, you gotta sell yourself and advertise yourself in life, man.
Yeah.
And when I say sell yourself, I don't mean like OnlyFans sell yourself, but you
An elevator pitch, if you
when you
will.
open up to people, man, that is what basically breaks that hard shell that some people have guarded up. Because again, the best feeling is knowing somebody you could relate to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's that family bond. There's somebody, put it like this, man. You ever heard that saying, somebody got it worse than you out there? Right?
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
fuck that, because that discredits what the person's going through. Just
Yeah, I
remember,
feel
you're
that.
somebody's worst. And I say you're somebody's worst because what you're going through right now is life and death for somebody else. And the fact
That's
that you
true.
keep pushing through motivates them. It'll be the ones that you know that betray you, because betrayal only comes from people you know, not strangers. But it'd be the strangers that support you the most, because there's some genuine people out there who just want to see people who they relate to and look up to reach the things in life that they're trying to attain. And that falls as responsibility. That's why we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard, at least in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Facts.
Facts.
You
Life
know what I'm
coach.
saying?
you definitely a life coach. You're definitely a life coach.
So tell me, man, I'm going to ask you another question. I'm curious. 3 songs, right,
3 songs, yeah.
that move your soul, and why?
3 songs that moves my soul and why.
I'm going to ask everybody this question
Damn, I
around
gotta
this
go
table.
through
I'm
my
thinking,
list.
I'm thinking.
Hold on.
What's my list look
shit.
like?
All right. So we'll start with ladies first.
Yeah.
You know we gotta be courteous and gentlemen like
No,
here.
I'm not
3
ready.
song Nates that basically move your soul and motivate you, and why?
Okay, something about me, I really don't have like number one favorites. You know, I don't have like a
Mhm.
favorite food or like a favorite song, a favorite this and that. I am open to most things, all things. I love all types of foods, some more than others. You know, I have a couple of favorites, but not like a number one, and that kind of goes for songs as well. Like I'm the type of person where if I enjoy something, I'll indulge in it, and then I'll try something different, and then I'll indulge in that. And it's just like I just like keep my mind open.
Okay.
And so when it comes to songs, there have been a few songs in my life that I listened to that really moved me. There are songs
Which are?
in jazz, songs in like, you know, Spanish songs, like pop songs. Like it's just like in every genre. I think okay, if there's one in particular that you really want to know,
Mhm.
it's a song called Changes by Geeter. It's a jazz song.
Okay.
And so
And why does that speak to you?
So in high school, I learned how to play the guitar. And
Okay.
then through that, I learned how to play the bass guitar. And I was in my school's jazz band. And so I was also in like percussion band class. So we
Mhm.
like my teacher, he, would play like orchestra songs and then jazz songs. And through learning how to read sheet music and how to play music, I really got to like see and like feel a deeper understanding on how to create music
Okay.
and how to truly listen to it. So I'm by no means a musician, but because I learned that from fairly
You have that
youngish
knowledge.
age, I have that knowledge, and because I have it, I can't unknow it. Whenever I listen to a song, I listen to it on like a deeper level. So any song that I listen to, I'm like, okay, I kind of understand how this might have been composed, and it
Okay.
just makes me feel a lot freer.
And what's the name of that song again?
It's called Changes by Geeter. I like to listen to jazz music when I study because, I can't listen to any other songs. It'll just distract me. Yeah, Changes by Geeter.
Okay. What about you, Ray?
I can't say favorite songs because I don't think I have one. I have favorite musicians.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
First and foremost, Eminem. One of the songs I grew up to that I just love singing, playing it in the background all the time is When I'm Gone.
Okay.
it
Why
was-
is that?
When I was young, I didn't really know the meanings behind the lyrics. I was young, I didn't know much.
Okay.
But when my dad passed and I started coming into my senses and things like that, I started hearing to it, and it made me think about it, like when I'm gone, like what's gonna be the end? Like you don't know, when you're gonna see this person
Right.
for
Yeah.
last. You get me? Like the last time I saw my dad, I didn't know it was gonna be the last time. But Eminem for sure, Logic, J. Cole, Jordan Lucas for sure.
Underrated.
I love
Underrated.
underrated rappers. I love underrated singers. I don't know why they just catch my attention, and all the basic stuff. I'm sorry if you're a Drake fan. Fuck that guy.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, G?
Man,
What are songs or artists that?
I know. So I mean, there's this like church song or like I forgot the name of it. It's a very popular church song. It's a black church song.
Okay.
Very popular. And
How does it go?
Bree put me onto this shit. I was trying to look for it, but I couldn't find it. It was like
Darn.
it's very popular. Hold on.
Don't you hate when that happens? Like
All
you get a
the
brain
time.
fart and you just can't
Brain
remember.
farts.
Ugh.
I get that all the time.
Yeah, me too.
You poor
It'd
baby.
be like
My
that
dyslexia.
sometimes, you know.
Man.
You poor baby.
All right. So while you look at
Wait,
for
hold on,
that
yeah.
one, what's another song that talks to the soul and motivates you, and why?
Mm. Honestly,
That was my phone, you guys. I
I
swear.
don't- songs that
Some X songs.
I mean, yeah, X songs motivate me, but not in like it's like rage type shit. It's not in a good way.
No, but that's okay
Oh, I
because
feel
it's
you.
a way of
Feel
expression.
the
So
rage.
you can say it, dude. Ain't no judgment
Shit.
here.
I mean, I guess yeah. I mean, X is one of them for sure. For sure.
Okay.
1 minute.
It takes me out of
So-
takes me. I don't know. It just like if I'm feeling stressed and bottled up and shit,
Mhm.
I'll listen to X, and it's
Oh.
just like it's. I
Okay.
don't know. It's
to
a
release the
release.
stress.
Yeah.
So we
type
have the
shit.
gospel song and X. What's the
Mhm.
third one?
Third one. What will be my third one?
What a thinker, Jason.
A little bit.
I guess I'm gonna have to say Chance.
Chance the
Chance the
Rapper.
Rapper.
Really?
Yeah.
I find that interesting because and for y'all who don't know,
Love
Chance,
Chance.
I'm not a fan of Chance,
What?
but I give him respect because of the fact that he didn't play in the whole gimmick. He's actually one of those artists. I don't even call him an entertainer. I call him an artist because
Artist.
how he constructs his music
Mhm.
and how he's able to basically bring story to life. He's one
Mhm.
of the few rappers that still tell stories. You know what I'm saying? So
Type shit.
again, is when I say I'm not a fan, I'm not an avid listener,
Oh,
but I
okay,
do
so-
respect
Right.
his craft. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you.
He got a lot of backlash for like I guess for speaking too much like it got
much
to the
gospel.
point to the too much positive and then people I don't
Because
don't-
misery
bunch of
needs company. If
haters.
you
that
think
shit
about
crazy.
That's the same thing that
Misery
happened to
needs
Logic,
company.
though.
you know, when it comes to music I listen to, my number one song I listen to is Tupac Crazy. That's the music that hits me hard. Especially growing up, given my whole life situation, how I was raised and whatnot. It's basically, I love that song because one of the most prolific things that you hear in that song is you ain't got to be in jail to be doing time. You know what I'm saying? And what that expresses is your own mind can become your own prison. So don't think because you're not behind bars that you're not locked up. Our position in life and the way we proceed to look at things can honestly leave us locked up.
Shit.
My second song
Oof.
is Nipsey Hussle, Bigger Than Life. And the reason why I say that, one of his hardest lines that really hit me was, the world would not know Jesus Christ if there was never Judas. This knife that's in my back will be the knife that introduces. You know what I'm saying? And why it hits me hard is because for every fucked up situation that you go in life, it's actually a door that's opened up for you. And you got to be
That's
the one
very
to take
true.
initiative, because
Very
again,
true.
if they did you wrong, you got to be strong enough to brush it off the shoulder, but understand that it shows how much power you have and how much of a threat you could be to certain individuals.
That's strong.
The third song that really appeals to me is Nipsey Hussle. Again, it's called More or Less. When I got in my accident, you know what I'm saying? I was paralyzed for about like 7 months with no movement in the hand, shattered, I'm bedridden. And that song right there with Nipsey Hussle, More or Less, is pretty much, we are something different, you know. And I think it basically is a beautiful thing because it's beautiful to be different. You get to a point in life that it's not that you're trying to be different, you accept that you're different and you ride off of that. And that becomes something that becomes a powerful force as you move ahead. As you look at yourself, you're something different. You're not going to find other cats looking like you. You know what I'm saying? And that difference
One
is
of a
what
kind.
basically opens the doors for you to allow yourself to be expressful, and people could take it however they want, but they can never take it from you. So those will be my 3 top songs.
A little fun fact
Very
about
deep.
Jason is that when he listens to music, if you watch him listen to music, it's like his soul has left his body and he's currently in a spiritual trance.
I
Is that how it be?
I kid you not.
Sometimes,
I'm
yeah.
literally not lying to you. I'm not even exaggerating.
No way.
Like sometimes when the 3 of us are like, okay, let's get some food, and then we go in Jason's car. Mind you, we don't go in Jason's car anymore.
I want to see that.
We most of the time we go to Lewis's or we go in my car because Jason, first of all, he drives like a maniac.
But did you die? Just saying.
Look where your car is.
He's still here.
Jason.
I never listen.
It wasn't your fault, but look where's your car
Oh
right
my
now.
God.
It is what it is.
He has an amazing stereo system in his car. So it's like eardrums. Where are you? Back there. And he's listening to the music and he's like, yeah.
You zone out,
Zoning
man.
out.
You
Yo,
know,
I mean,
I love music. I love music. I also miss making music. I'm getting back into it, but
you got any music
music-
out there?
I
He'll
have
occasionally write us poems and like verses and stuff.
yeah. My music is what I would call underground. Shout out to my brothers who hold my music and listen to me to not put it out. And the reason I don't put out the music I do is not because I'm fearful of people hearing it. It's not meant for that. It's a diary. And again, I'm only sharing that with people who have earned the right to know who I am. You get what I'm saying?
Period.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to that, man, it just puts you in a different trance, especially, you know, I'm all over the place. I listen for rock, EDM, hip hop, jazz music, country music. Bro, I'll even listen to spiritual music like Enigma. Sade is one of a great artists, you know. Shout out to my homegirl Amg, you know that she loves that music too. I basically, it's a reflection of life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes music will have you feeling like you were born in the wrong time era, bro. It's funny how music
Bro,
could be
straight up.
older than us and still relate to what we're going through, and that's the
Mhm.
power of music.
Yeah.
You know, it literally is a gateway to be in touch with your soul. That's why you gotta be careful what you listen to and what you allow in.
Straight up. Straight up.
yeah,
Real
literally.
talk. Real fucking talk. So
That's why you think they're promoting all this demonic music out nowadays.
Oh.
I don't even call it demonic music. I
Bruh.
call it
But,
pain.
pain,
And the
'cause
reason
you-
why I call it pain,
Pain.
okay, demonic
Without
music,
love.
you're always
I
gonna
call it
have.
brainwash.
You can't. Well, that too. You can't have the good without the bad. You need the yin and yang. Like how you see her tattoo. Life is a balance of good and bad. You know
Hold
what I'm
up, I
saying?
gotta-
Oh, that's just
I
dope.
can't do this because it's kind of like a twisty. It's two koi fish.
You know.
This one's supposed to be like the white one. That's the black.
Reminds me of the Avatar.
You guys, I
Straight up.
saw an inspo like a video on Instagram, like, oh, Avatar inspired tattoos, and it was the koi fish, but the design was so much better. And I'm like, why couldn't I have seen this a few weeks ago?
Hey, it's never too late to touch up, man.
Mm,
So
That
a man
Avatar show,
of your
though,
status, right?
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
What advice would you have to any young kids looking up to you, man?
To any young kids that looking up to me,
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Because whether you realize it or not, you got a lot of
I'm-
young people looking up to
Straight,
you.
I do. I really do.
Or like
I
better
really-
yet,
oh.
what would you tell your younger self? Like what kind of advice?
Yeah.
Hmm.
climb out of that shell a little quicker.
If you can
It's,
give yourself one
honestly,
sentence.
it's like I could give them advice, but it's up to them on how they want to take it and use it for their life.
I feel you.
This is true.
You know, like I could give them knowledge and advice and wisdom, but at the end of the day, it's up to them if they want to use it or not.
You could bring a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink, dog.
Mhm.
Hey.
That's the truth,
Exactly.
man. That is the honest truth. And I find that amazing, man. Because now, you meet people in the line of work that we do. And this is where I feel like it becomes conflict because unfortunately, people have given themselves a platform without earning one. And when you don't earn that platform, I consider your content watered down because it's like a rat race. You're just trying to keep up. But when you have content like yours, definitely check out his page. Okay.
Check it out.
You're coming straight from the heart. You're doing what comes to mind. And that's a scary thing, but it takes a
It
real
is.
one to do shit like that
Facts.
because everybody wants to play it safe. When you play it safe, you're going to get the same results as
Yeah.
everybody else. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And it's always going to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always bet on yourself. Always bet on black.
Hey man, I always be. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I always be shocking myself from time to time. I'll be like, damn, I'm really doing this shit.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a
I'm like,
wake up call,
damn.
ain't it?
Yeah.
What was
yeah.
the biggest risk you guys have taken in your lives?
Actually, the
Like,
biggest
and this-
risk
give me it anyway.
going to Texas for the first time by myself.
Really?
Yeah. Nah, I was kinda like that's like I don't got my parents. Like it's just me. I gotta provide for myself, and I gotta be safe. You feel me?
Mm.
So yeah, that was pretty scary. I ain't gonna lie. Like just like traveling by yourself, that was a big step.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What about you, Nate?
The biggest risk that I've taken in my life. Recently I've been very careful with how I make my decisions. I'm very thoughtful and very thorough. I used to be the type of person that I wouldn't think before I would speak, and I would just be like, kind of dumb. Like, why would I say that? Very embarrassing. And in my actions too, I would kind of regret some choices I would make. They would be like dumb choices, but that it still kind of like hits home and it kind of hurts. And it's like, damn, I should be more self-aware. So every I don't really consider them like risks, because when you take a risk,
Mhm. You're sacrificing something.
you're sacrificing something. And I'm very careful with the decisions that I make in terms of, okay, what am I going to end up sacrificing? And more often than not, it's usually not a lot or nothing at all. But I work hard to achieve the things that I want. Like in school, I have to, like, my parents have instilled in me, like, brainwash, study. So I'm studying hard, going to school, getting my education, and also working hard, paying my bills,
Mhm.
and my dreams, realizing, what do I really want from life?
So
And what steps do I need to
Oh, that's a
take
rough
in order
one.
to get there?
let me revise that question now that you said it. So what is the one decision that scared you the most that you happy you made? and why?
Honestly, I think back a lot in like what Checo said when you have got out of a relationship and like it took you a lot of time to sit by yourself and think,
Yeah.
what am I going to do with myself now? And so you can definitely relate to this, getting out of a really long-term relationship, you think, what now? Like, what am I going to do with myself?
But honestly,
And for me, it was a lot of like breaking that codependency
Mhm.
Yeah.
and finally being
Uh-huh.
independent. And when you find your independence, you're like, I am free.
type shit.
I
Ain't
can
nobody
do what
gonna
I
lock
want.
me
Yeah,
down.
bro.
And it's
Oh
like-
no, I got
Yes.
to keep on moving.
Oh my God. And you know the phrase, I can do whatever I want now?
Mhm.
Like that can be definitely taken out of context. I don't mean it in like dating whoever I want. I mean like it's kind of like when you move out of your parents' house for the first time. You don't have to tell them where you're going.
Yeah,
because
you're off the leash.
You live alone. You live alone, or like you don't have to explain your decisions.
Okay.
It's like it's kind of like what you said, you're born into this world and sometimes you die alone and
Born
and
alone,
it's-
die alone,
born
but the
alone-
choice is yours.
but the
Yeah.
choice is yours. And I'm
Yeah,
like, wow,
some
it's like
real
making
shit.
peace with a lot of hard decisions and a lot of difficult things that you go through life. And I think it was just like I took a risk and just I wouldn't say taking a risk. I think that's a bad term, like word choice. It's just more
Made
so
a choice.
I made good choices for myself that a lot of people would consider very difficult because when you
A lot of people will approve.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you're like in a
crazy.
very love state and you're involved with someone, your emotions really can cloud your judgment, and it's difficult for some people
Yeah.
to break out of it and be like, this is what's best for me and I need to do that.
Okay. Emotions is like alcohol, bro. It impairs your ability to think rationally and make moves. What about you, Ray?
So I have two things.
Demon.
The first one being when I started doing my weight loss journey.
Mhm.
Although I'm a little big right now, but
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You see how
I
your
w-
girl's looking at you right now? She's like, yeah, daddy. Yeah, poppy.
at one point I was at my highest 245 and I dropped down in a year to 175.
I witnessed the whole thing.
And he witnessed the whole
Shit.
thing.
I witnessed the
way-
process.
And the reason why that was the biggest risks that I ever did was because I was working part-time at my previous job and I had to help my mom pay the bills and my brother pay the bills. And I went to LA Fitness one day and my mom told me, getting out of that door, don't get a personal trainer. Don't get a personal trainer. It's expensive. Don't do it. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, mom. I get it, mom. Whatever. I went to the gym and, they were giving me la charla. Bro, they were just throwing stuff at me there. I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Let's put it on a credit card. The credit card goes to its max. I
All
don't
in.
care.
Bro, man.
All in, whatever. Let me tell you, that personal trainer became my best friend for that whole year. I had him. I would see him twice a week. It was pricey, not gonna lie, but I took advantage of that. I went every day and I texted him. I bothered him every day. Hey, what do you want me? What do you want me to do today? What do you want me eating? He gave me a list of everything.
You invested
And
in yourself, homie.
I'm investing in myself, and not only did it help me with my weight loss, it helped me with my confidence. It helped me with my responsibilities because now I have something that it's expensive. Now I have to like more or less like manage where I put my money at right now.
Okay.
And it also like just gave me an eye opener of how living a healthier life is just so much better. And not only that, like my friend Checo, like after high school, we didn't see each other for a while. We just parted our own ways, like all of our friends. And then out of a sudden, I started seeing him at the exact same gym. And from there on out,
Picked
like-
up where you
like
left
that.
Yeah,
off.
that's crazy.
Like that.
We just saw each other at the gym. We looked at each other like,
yeah.
And then boom, we-
Wait,
We
did
clicked it
you
right back.
did you see him while he was still like heavy or when
oh
he was
yeah,
skinny?
I witnessed the whole process.
Oh,
the whole
okay,
thing,
okay.
the whole thing, the whole thing.
thing.
Since I was my
Wow.
heaviest to my lightest.
That's
Um,
crazy, man.
and-
Shit.
And the next risk that I took in my life is dating my girlfriend.
Oh, we're gonna have to break this one
Stop.
down. Yo, can we get a picture on Nate? You see her giggling right now? Ooh. Ooh, okay. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down. Were you scared? Why were you scared?
I was scared mainly because I was going through a very tough time. I was in a very dark place. It's very sad and it's crazy. She knows about it. And she was one of the only people that came to me and asked me if I'm doing okay. Sorry. And when I found out that she had a crush on me, I looked at her up and down at work.
Well, you jumped the gun real quick.
No. I didn't jump the gun.
You're like, but you lying.
I held back. I held back because from the tough time that I had, the demons that I was fighting, I didn't want to bring no one to it. And let me tell you that it took me a while. I told myself I wasn't gonna date no one for a while. I held it back, and it took me a while to get back. But when I finally did, let me tell you, it was one of the best decisions of my life. She honestly, amazing person. I'm a little emotional, but it was a tough time for me.
It's hard for a man to, express himself, man. This is what it's all about.
Like I knew, so okay, I met him like at work. Like we used to be coworkers. But we obviously didn't like start talking and dating until a year after I left the company we were working for. But while we were working, where you eat. While we were working there,
that was one rule that I was trying not. That I was making sure I wasn't breaking.
Well, thank God I left. But like during there, I remember the time where our manager came up to us and he was like, "Oh, like Ray, like he's gonna be gone for like a while or whatever." And we're all like, "What? No way!" And it was just like it just never, like it hit me, but I'm like, damn, like when he came back, I'm like, he looks fine. He kept a brave face and all that stuff. And I guess one day he looked really tired and I'm like, bro, like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? And it was just, oh my God, especially when you work in customer service and like, you're just not feeling well. Oh my God. It's like you either want to like hide in a corner for the rest of your shift or go off on every single customer for being fucking stupid. Like it's one or the other. There's no in between. But
a highlight of my life, I want to say, of what happened. One of the reasons why that attracted me to her was one day I was just doing really bad and this customer was coming at me, like eating me up, and this wasn't one of my good days. And she saw that I was kind of struggling, and she came up to me and she's like, "Hey, just don't worry about it. I'll handle this." And
I did.
And I'm like, thank you. I need that because I can't have this lady. Even though like I wouldn't take stuff from customers, I'll smile back at them, even if they were talking bad about me. Just this day wasn't it. I was really, really, really gone. And when she came and she just, don't worry, just go back. I'll handle her.
The nurturer came into play,
and that is like. That was amazing. That was
such an it moment for him, but for me, like I remember, but I don't remember it being so like it hit way harder for him than it did for me. Like for me, it was just I don't know, it was just something I just did. I just did it. Okay. Just to be nice. I don't know.
It's just the small things in life that you just gotta appreciate. You don't know what someone is going through.
This is facts.
Like she said, like I would come into work looking all normal, all calm, all chill, and just small little things in life can just change.
Oh my God, I remember when it was like Christmas time and our department was doing like a Secret Santa Christmas exchange. And we were at the time at my old house, I had a big backyard. So I'm like, we can just do it the exchange at my house instead of going out in public and whatever. So we went to my house, and at first he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna go." And I'm like, "You have to go." And I was so sad. I was a little heartbroken. I'm like, "Damn."
You
That's
gotta
what
go,
I'm saying.
bitch. What you
And-
doing?
And he ended up going, but I could tell he was a little sad. And I was like, I just want to give you a hug because you just look so sad right now. But I was so happy that he came.
Yeah.
It's important to socialize.
And how
Yeah,
long has it
absolutely.
been? It's been a year and what?
Almost 2. It's been
Almost
a year and a
2
half,
years.
almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Damn.
Which is
Beautiful
fucking
thing,
crazy.
yeah.
Damn, going in
It is
strong
crazy.
too.
I don't believe it.
It's crazy.
Time moves by fast,
Shit.
It's
man.
insane.
Oh,
I just
man.
remember the other day, I was definitely the one to
I honestly,
instigate things.
I honestly feel like 4th of July was like the other day.
I know.
Yeah, we more or less started talking around 4th of July, and that was when I made a move.
True, man. True
Ah,
romance
well,
makes
you
the
know,
soul dance.
I made hidden moves, though.
there's good people out here in Miami. People be like, oh, you can't find nobody in Miami.
Nah,
nowadays
I don't
type shit.
believe
There's one
that.
right there.
I don't believe
There's
that.
living
Actually,
proof.
there's a whole
Living
table
proof.
right here.
Living
The
proof.
whole table right
We're
here.
all good people, you guys.
Facts.
You're the best.
What is one of the hardest things I ever done that scared me? Having to basically accept truth. That's probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do, to accept that life is going the way that it is. And sometimes it's a hard reality to accept that some people are for you and they're not. Some people are for a season, some for a life. And
Shit.
it's scary because when you gotta let go of these people, whether it's male or female, it's an intimate relationship because you love that person. You truly want to see the best for that person. And when you got to
True.
cut ties with that person, a part of you gets cut off as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Yeah.
that's one of the hardest things that I had to do for myself. Another hard thing that I had to do was accept fault. I had to learn to accept fault, especially when you go through so much trauma. It's easy to point the finger at everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
Because when
yeah.
you go through trauma, you got so much defense on your end that you become defensive when you hear the truth. And
Yeah.
I had to learn to embrace the truth in order to be the person I need to become. So that's pretty much the hard thing. So
So before we move on,
Sorry, one
someone
thing. If you see me making weird faces, I'm a little gassy. Sorry.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Is that why you have the tears? Is that why you have the tears?
joy of my life.
Yeah.
So S1K in the comments, he was like, "Yo, shout out Ray though. He also motivated me to lose weight too. He's
That's
like,
what's up.
he's
There
down.
you
You
go.
out here, you
He's
out
down
here
to
motivating
25
people
so
out here,
far.
Ray.
Who is that?
S1K.14R. I don't know what his real name.
Damn.
Shout
I
out.
thought you guys would know.
Put
I
your
would
name
know.
out there.
He's down 125 so far.
That's
Good
nice.
shit.
That's
Good
good,
hustle,
bro.
baby.
That's
Keep
good.
grinding. We right behind you.
Every single
Trust
day.
me, I'm gonna get back to it. Running those 7 miles a day. Promise.
Well, we all gotta go to
Yes,
the
I
gym
remember
though.
that.
yeah.
You got. I don't know if you don't like app. You said it's for young. I saw a video. You was like app is for like youngies people.
Well,
yeah, it is.
Okay, so the
Nah, we
problem with,
going.
I go to AMP. The problem I have with AMP is the mentality that's out there. I just don't fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I don't fuck with is if you go to work out, you go to work out. I don't like the entitlement.
Oh,
You know
okay,
what I'm
I see
saying?
what you're
I'm
saying.
more of
yeah.
a heads down,
Yeah.
get it done, versus other people are there for the image. But
Type shit. Yeah.
as we cut in, Nate is gonna break us into "Am I the asshole?" And I'm really curious to hear what your input is. And as you guys know,
Yes.
I'm gonna cook at the end.
Is he or she an asshole?
Oh my god, this
Facts.
is gonna be very interesting.
Break
Okay.
us down, Nate.
All right. Now, what should I, 35 female, do after my husband, 33 male, had a massage with a happy ending?
Oh, hold
Off-
on. Whoa, back
off
up,
the
back
bat,
up, back up, back up.
He's
What's
the
that?
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, straight
back
up.
up.
But we
Back-
gotta know more.
Back up, back up, back up.
Back up, mom.
Oh, here
back
comes
up,
the
man.
accent.
What on? How old are they again?
So the wife is 35 and the
Okay.
husband is 33. So it's a
Um,
2-year difference.
Continue.
Okay. 2 months ago, my husband, 33, has traveled to India for work. It was our first time being away from each other for so long. We both felt that it was a great experience, and an adventure. The plan was that me and our 2 kids will follow along after the 2 months and do vacation together. Just 3 days before we should fly to see him again, he told me on a video call that he had done something really bad. He was crying. And I was like, okay, either he killed someone or he cheated. Then he told me that a few days ago after he had dinner, he thought about getting a massage. It's much cheaper than it is in Europe. He told me that he had one in the last month and it was good. He said he went to a spot near the place he was staying and had a massage, and then the woman started to touch him on his private parts and he wasn't sure what was happening. Then she gave him a hand job. He said he wasn't thinking, but he didn't stop her, and everything happened so fast. He waited 3 days to tell me. I was in shock. I didn't really understand
What the
what
fuck?
he had just told me, and I just said, it's not that bad. We can overcome this. I started comforting him because he was crying so much. I was busy with packing and taking care of the children, thinking of how I can make a 6-hour flight alone with 2 kids as comfortable as possible. Little side note, I'm at 6-hour flight. I'm pretty sure they live somewhere in Europe, closer to India. Then the day before flying, I really wanted to get drunk badly, but didn't because I have responsibilities. The day we arrived, I didn't know what to feel when I saw him after 2 months. I missed him so much. I wanted him close, yet I didn't. The first few days I was crying at least once a day and once a night. For a moment, I felt crazy on this emotional roller coaster. I felt like I didn't realize how much I've loved him until now. And now something is broken. After the first 5 days, I felt like my brain has blocked it. I felt like it never happened and we enjoyed the first few days of the holiday. It felt nice to feel like the old days before this happened, yet it felt wrong and unnormal to just forget about it until the kids got on our nerves and he said something a little less gentle. We had the same argument we always have when it's too stressful for the kids, but somehow I couldn't let go of the smallest things he would say or do. I feel like not to pull up even with the smallest thing. It makes me feel like he already forgot what he did to me. I know it's not healthy, but I don't know what to do. I believe him that he didn't plan it and he has been loyal to me the past 10 years we were married. But to me, he failed a test on saying no to someone. I would never in the world suspect him to cheat or betray me. I trusted him in this more than I trusted myself because I was so sure of how big his love was for me. He booked us a therapy session for when we get back home. He says he still doesn't know why he didn't stop her, but I think that a part of him wanted that adventure. What should I do? I don't know what to get a divorce. I love him. But I also don't want to stay in a relationship with an emotional roller coaster. He said he would do anything to stay together and that he will never, ever be making me sad again. But I don't trust him with that promise because I fear that when time passes, we will forget it in our busy lives and everything will be back as it was. Only imagine if I did what he did. I believe him that he regrets it and I don't want him to suffer, but somehow I'm also in pain. And when I see him just laughing and having fun like nothing happened, because it's only been like a few weeks or so since that happened, I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna cook on this one, but as you know, I'll go last. So we'll start with ladies first. What is your thought on that?
So my initial reaction, so I tried to put myself in his shoes because if most of you don't know, Jason and I like in the studio, sometimes the studio receives like people like other people, entrepreneurs and influencers, content creators, or people who have companies that want to just do product shots. And so one woman in particular had like this massage thing, and so she needed the studio's help to like make a video for like her website, but she needed models. So it was me, Jason, and was it Lewis or was it someone else?
It was me too.
Oh yes, that was right. Okay, so it was the 3 of us. We went in one at a time.
Shout out to Maddie. Check out her business.
Shout out her.
We'll post it.
And so I'm like, okay, there are very professional, like massage people, masseuses. Is that the plural? Masseuses. Anyways, but I'm like, if that okay, because we don't know his side. And she was very vague on the details on how it happened. And if it was true that she just gave him a hand job, that's clearly unprofessional.
This was in India, right?
This was in India.
Yeah, but that's normal on their culture.
Yeah, that's normal. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot we don't know. Well, so like
Damn.
masseuses in India, that's what they do.
Same thing in China and Japan.
Bangkok.
No way, for real?
Oh, what the?
There's a couple shops here, especially in Orlando, that they do that.
Dude, I have a story.
Like
for
a
that.
full body massage, including a massaging
Happy
of
ending.
the
Yeah.
private.
Put it
Happy
like
ending,
this:
yeah.
in Orlando, a place got caught doing it because there was so much condom stuck in the plumbing. That's how they figured out they were doing
Damn.
sex work.
Oh no
shit.
way.
That was
No,
Orlando.
but I'm not talking about like borderline sex work. I'm just talking about
It's
like
a hand job. It's
Like
considered
just a happy
sex.
ending.
Happy ending.
Yeah,
But
you're
continue.
still getting harassed by that. I mean, like,
wait, but this is the
Or-
information
yeah.
that's needed
Yeah.
to analyze
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah, I at
So-
least know 2 people personally that go and enjoy their time.
Really?
oh
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah. Male, male.
Continue.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that makes a lot more sense. You know, if this is a
Yo.
normal thing, like you travel, you know, to obviously different country,
Shit.
and this is the norm that masseuses do when giving massages. It's to no surprise that he had a happy ending. I think he feels extremely guilty because he wasn't prepared that that's what happens. You know, this, but I'm glad that they're booking a therapy session because this is something that they definitely got to talk about in therapy.
Okay.
Hold on.
I'm at a loss for words.
Shout out to my boy Jonathan. He's watching our live right now.
Yo, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Yo,
Jonathan.
what's up, Jonathan?
What do you think, Ray?
Bro, I'm on the fence. Honestly, I was at first I was saying that he was the asshole, but he felt so guilty and he had something built up to him that is like, yo, I can't hold this anymore. I have to tell her. So I feel I feel him. He shouldn't have done that, but you know, like,
Wait, but like as men, when if you guys are put into
who's
that,
the asshole though?
I mean, it's perspective.
it's
like
perspective.
it's honestly whatever
Yeah,
you feel.
that's
It's not more
everyone.
so who's the asshole, but
do you
I think
think?
she just wanted
But-
advice in general. Because sometimes when I read these stories, it's just what's the advice given.
He's the
Are they-
asshole. I'm just gonna put it out there, but I'll explain why
Right.
later.
But like, I want to know your guys' opinion. Like, as a man, you know, as men, when you guys receive like massages,
Mhm.
and you know, especially you guys, you receive
low key, he should have known a little bit that
Yeah.
being in
Yeah.
another country, it's gonna be a little different, especially going to a masseuse.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling he knew something, but like he had guilt. He had guilt the minute that he did it,
Mhm.
and he went and he told his girl, and you know he's trying to fix his relationship. So I give him props for at least trying. You know, it's a little hard for her to come back from for her to take him back from that, because if that was our case, you know, by all means, babe. Like if I did something wrong,
I'm cutting your dick off.
go ahead.
Toma.
Go ahead.
Toma.
Go ahead.
No more happy endings for you.
No more for me.
Be a nightmare.
So yeah, I mean, I'm really in the fence.
Okay. What about you, G?
Yeah, I would say he's the asshole. He kind of like broken that bond. He
Okay.
broken that shit.
So,
already.
you can be free. Said you don't get happy endings unless you request it.
This is true.
At least
Mhm.
here.
Well, I mean,
Interesting,
but
interesting.
Again, we don't know the full
we
context.
don't. Yeah.
right?
But yeah.
Because
But then he already caused her some emotional damage, and now she's like back and forth. Fucking leave the guy, bro. Honestly, it's just
But they have kids. It's hard.
shit.
Mhm.
But
Would you guys have the self discipline to
I have
like
the
if you don't
self-discipline.
know like what to expect and
Oh,
you're
no,
like, oh, this is
okay.
getting
no,
somewhere? Would you be
nah.
like, yo, stop?
Yeah.
Wait, if you're single, would you?
That's a
Single-
different
No,
story.
It's a different story.
I
that's
feel
a
like,
different
okay,
story.
but
Nah,
in your
nah,
relationship,
yeah.
you're like, whoa.
No, yeah,
It
no,
all
it's-
depends too. It all depends. I remember I was I was in Cuba, and some of my family friends, they came up to me. Oh, today. I'm like, I don't know about that. And I was single at that time, and they go get me girls, not knowing who they were, and they put me in a room, and the girls are over here trying to convince me. I'm like, nah, I don't know who you are. And they're like, come on, you're gonna do that, you're gonna make your friends spend money, you're gonna leave from Cuba without
not my
getting
money.
none. And I'm like, at least I'm not coming out of here with something suspicious.
Ooh, yeah.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
That's
I
crazy.
don't think I'll ever do that shit. I don't know. That shit feels. I don't know. It feels weird to me. I don't know. I need to get to know a person. To be honest,
Okay.
I need to get to know it personally.
So you can be free.
shit.
Also you can be free. Said even in Asia, you have to pay more for money. You pick from a menu.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Interesting.
nigga's asshole for
Interesting.
real. He's an asshole.
So maybe he feels. He didn't tell her, but maybe he feels guilty because
He
he
knew what he
picked
was
from a
doing.
menu and he
Mhm.
didn't like. he was
There's
like,
his side, her side, and the motherfucking truth.
Period.
I'm
He had an idea.
gonna cut rug into this one.
No way.
all right?
He ain't dumb.
In
He ain't
no
stupid.
way,
Yeah,
in
man, he a
shape
grown ass
or
man.
form do I
Shit.
ever condone cheating. I don't condone it. I don't fuck with it. I ain't never cheated.
That
I've
shit-
seen the damages
Mhm, that shit
it could
kills
cause
people.
somebody. Literally, it could kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number one, your guilt got the best of you. If you were truly sorry, and we talked about this before, if you were truly sorry, you wouldn't have brought it up. The reason, in my opinion, you brought it up is because you didn't want to carry that burden.
Mm-hmm.
So what you end up doing is you hurt the person you supposedly love, so they carry that burden, so you don't have to feel as bad about it. So I call bullshit on that one. That's why he's the asshole. Two, when you talk about being in a relationship, yo, you have a responsibility.
Straight up.
There's not a man in this room that's sitting here that's gonna sit here and be like, oh, I didn't know what happened. That is bullshit. Because when you in the heat of the moment, you know what time it is. It's in our nature. We're grown men. We're
Yeah.
not children. And
Yeah.
even children know no. So with her, I feel
No.
bad is because you destroyed not only trust, but you destroyed the faith. You get what I'm saying? The foundation of that relationship is now basically
Mhm.
compromised because of what you did. And it's going to be hard to forget that, especially for her, because you don't forget it. It's a gunshot wound that never fully heals. When you got somebody that now, number one, you're in a relationship and you got kids, now comes into the doubt of like, does he not find me attractive? How would he do that? There's so much that's basically conjured up.
Yep.
It's a lot
And
of
with
emotional
him
damage.
basically crying about it, again, I don't condone cheating. You want to be truthful, be truthful. But if you know in your heart that you're never going to do something like that again, why disturb your partner's peace just because you can't deal with your own action? That's a coward move. You made a
Mhm.
decision, you made your bed, you lay in it.
Yep.
For him to do that, that's a selfish intent, because now she's carrying that load. Now she's carrying that insecurities, because as much as she wants to love you, I give her respect, because what keeps a lot of good women in check when shit happens like that, they don't remember you for the bad things. They remember for all the things you did right, not that one thing that you did wrong. And certain people take advantage of that. And I look at him taking advantage of that, because now you're in another country. You know what I'm saying? The moment a woman touches you, there's a back subconscious in your head like, this is wrong. And that's part of being a man, is acknowledging that wrong and owning up to
Right
it and
shit,
taking
man.
control of it. You are basically using this as, oh, I didn't know. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know why. This is why she's thinking, did he really want it? Because women right off the bat, when they don't want you, you can't basically compromise. It is
Mhm.
set in stone. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not down for this. And men are the same way, because I could tell you right now, if the bitch was fat and ugly, he wouldn't have let her do it. So another thing that's probably going through her mind is, how attractive was this lady, and
Oh
what
my
did she
God,
have
that's
that I didn't
trauma.
have? You get what I'm saying? This is
Bruh.
shit that
Cause
goes
a lot
through
of
somebody's
scenario.
head. You're talking to somebody, unfortunately, I have been cheated on. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, it took me to understand who I am as a person and embrace my confidence to not let that shit fuck with me. But nonetheless, it never heals. There's always going to be that open door of what if it happens again, because that's saying once a cheater, always a cheater. It's always hard the first time. It becomes easy the second time. And that's male versus female. No, that's both male and female. When you have somebody, you are basically carrying an oath, a promise to be for that person, especially you're married. It's not like this your girlfriend. For sicker or worse, Not only did you damage your partner, you selfishly destroyed your kid's life. Why?
Yeah.
Because guess what? Just because children can't speak, especially in my case, I could see when my mom was hurting. She didn't have to tell me. I saw it. I witnessed it. I absorbed that energy. And that's something that a lot of men have to basically own up to. What you do doesn't only affect you, it affects the people that you love. That's why you have to be cautious for every decision you make in your life, because it's not just based on you. So he's an asshole. And the fact that, oh, we can go to therapy, this is not a Band-Aid you could put over a gunshot wound. This is something that you betrayed her. You betrayed your family for a stranger that doesn't even think about you afterwards. You get what I'm saying? So to me, he's a straight up asshole, no mercy. And if he was a man about it, he would have never done it in the first place. You don't get to basically cry and be like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm a victim. No, you're a victim in your head because you don't want to take fucking accountability. And that makes you an asshole and a fucking coward.
Yo,
That's
you
my
right.
input.
And that's the fucking facts.
You feel me?
Period. Especially
You already
like,
know.
yo, massages aren't like quick. Like
Nah.
he would have felt it coming. Like, okay, now she's getting a little lower.
Yeah.
He
stop.
definitely didn't stop her.
No.
And you know what?
He wanted
Like,
that
you can
shit.
be free said he probably picked it from the menu. He probably paid
Yeah.
for it.
And you know what time it is, man.
He
So
thought he wouldn't be. He thought he could have like held that shit in. Nah.
for shorty, man, my advice to you, love, is you have a union to save. And the truth is, I give her respect because if you hear how she describes it, she's thinking about it in the sense of, how do I keep my family together? How do we heal? He's looking at it as, I already told the truth. My hands is clean.
Yeah, and he's like,
You know
"Oh,
what I'm
how
saying?
fucking
Now,
shit."
not life is back to
Yeah.
normal.
Type shit.
Because if it was the other way around, I know for a motherfucking fact, the nigga would have been like, yo, we out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes like, oh, it was just sex. No, it wasn't just sex. It was you giving yourself to somebody
Yeah,
that you promised yourself to me.
Yeah.
You broke that promise. You broke that oath. He's an asshole. And personally, he don't deserve his family. Men who are willing to hurt the family don't deserve a family. And that's the
Damn.
truth. Because it's not just her he hurt, it's the children. Because eventually kids grow up to learn who was the problem. It's going to come around and he's going to have to own up to it. And from the recent story being told of how he won about it, he's not willing to own up to shit, which is why he put the strain on her so he could feel better about the fuckery that he did.
I mean, but
Fuck that guy.
But question, he did try to go get therapy. He went. He tried to go at least to get family therapy, at least with him and his
True.
wife.
Like we hear
And
that from her
that-
side.
And that
Yeah,
and that
but-
and that
but
takes
it-
that takes guts, because I'm not a lot of people like going to therapy, and a person that is heartbroken from something that they did to their partner, they'll go and above and beyond to try to fix their thing. Not that whatever they did is correct, is gonna make it right in any type of way, but at least he is trying to not help the situation, but you know,
But
at
I
least-
feel you, because in the beginning, that's how I saw it as, like, you know, because Jason offers a different perspective that sometimes just goes way over my head or like our heads.
Mhm.
And at first I'm like, okay, because like he said, there's her side, his side, and then there's the
Right,
truth. We only know her side, and
side,
she's giving very
exactly.
vague details in terms
But-
of like what he
What
told
he-
her.
what he told her.
But
Is he
if
going to-
everything is true from what she said, let's just say hypothetically speaking, everything is true. Let's say he is guilt ridden and he does want, you know,
Yeah.
to be forgiven and go to therapy and actually try. Okay.
He's trying.
He's
At least-
trying. You can say on that part
I
that
don't
he
know.
is trying.
I mean, what happened at
but
the end though? Like she said, because she's kind of debating if she wants to, because he wants to try and do it again, and they already did it again. You feel me?
right.
And he fucked it up.
I mean, they're just trying. No.
No,
It was he
he
did it.
and then he's trying to recuperate.
Yeah, he's
from
trying
what he
to.
did.
But that's my issue, because are you going to therapy for her or yourself? I think
Right.
you're doing therapy for her. You're not doing it for yourself, because if you were doing a therapy for yourself, you would have basically owned it. He's not willing to own it. Just because you tell somebody what you did doesn't mean you own the situation.
You
You get what
think?
I'm saying?
Do you think? Because okay, there are people who meticulously and purposefully do things to like hurt other people.
That's
Mhm.
true.
But there are some people who do it unintentionally and like they're not aware of it. Do you think that this could be a situation where he didn't like he hesitated, or he might have picked it from the menu, or he was like he didn't stop it. Like
I
he
think
wasn't
he's
so fully self-aware, but he was just like frozen and okay, this is happening. Fuck it.
I
Oh my
like-
god. And he felt guilty, but then afterwards, he like his brain kind of just washed over everything. It's like, whoa, I can't
nah.
believe
I
this
call
happened.
bullshit.
You don't
because-
believe that
No,
happens?
because
These are going
at the end, man, you know, again, you make your bed, you lay in it.
Mhm.
You're not gonna sit here and tell me, no, no, I wasn't expecting it. You had full control. This is something that you did consensually. You have to own that. And if you chose to do something consensually, you inherited that problem. For you to put it on her, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like you're a piece of shit.
So Nancy said she can forgive him, but who is to say he will do it again? Trust
Facts.
is
Yeah,
really hard
you
to
put a
obtain.
void in the relationship
Yeah.
because now there's going to be the what if factor. How much can I trust this person? How much does he really love me? This is where you have to be careful who you with, who you deal with, who you allow inside, because you make yourself vulnerable and that person doesn't respect that
Yo.
space that you allow them in.
Mhm.
They're only going to lead to disappointment because it could be a year from now. This is what you call trauma. Because when
Right.
you're in a relationship with somebody and you're deeply in love, you put them at a certain level that unfortunately comes with expectations. And when those expectations are not met, it cripples your whole ideology of that you had of that person. And it is literally cancerous to the soul in the sense of now, for the rest of your life, in the back of your head, you either got a question, was I not good enough for this person? Or did this person truly love me like they said
Mhm.
they did?
Right.
And that person who has to deal with it is the one who is being faithful, not the one who is fucking around and finding out.
Yeah.
Fuck that
Well,
guy.
question. But isn't there a
Straight up.
saying that goes around time heals wounds?
Time heals wounds, but the scars remain as a reminder.
Yo.
They
Yeah.
do. They do.
Jason
But
finished in the quotes.
Oof.
Straight up. Now,
Deep.
that was that. We, as you know, we appreciate y'all for basically tuning in with us, yo. It's been a great episode with y'all. Can we just basically give another shout out to our boy right here, yo? We appreciate you having on. With that being said,
Hey.
yo, let the people know where they can find you and where your next move is.
All right. Y'all can find me on Instagram. Again, CHECOK 3 O's 710.
I put it in the comment section.
Checo.
It should be like one of the
Checo.
top comments.
But yeah, I am going to be on doing some crypto shit, like marketing training. Well, I'm taking like courses for it.
Okay.
And I'm taking YouTube courses as well.
Jason's so proud.
So soon you're gonna see some videos on YouTube. Like I already got videos already like locked in on my phone. Like I haven't put it out there yet. I just have it like just saved.
My man.
So
Nice. Where can they find you, Nate?
You guys can find me on Instagram. It's my name, Natalie, 2 I's and 2 E's at the end, _01.
Where can they find you?
find me on Instagram if you want to. El King Ray, if you really want to.
Rey.
Like,
Rey.
You'll find me.
Rey.
Rey.
Hey, I can do a
we can find
El
you.
Ray.
We gotta go to
Logic.
Ray's Pizza.
You can find your Gearhead Logic 142 on Instagram. You can also hit us up on the 1424 podcast Instagram page. Let us know how you feeling. Again, we're gonna do that segment on the crypto. Make sure if it's your first time, you hit that like and subscribe button. Yo, this is
Yeah.
a movement. This ain't a podcast. This is a movement. We want to see y'all grow. We want to
Straight
see y'all live y'all dreams. Yo, no what ifs in life. And with that being said, this is one thing for sure. Two things for certain. Holla,
Woo!
boy.
We'll see you guys next week. We love you with all our hearts.
All right.